Hey everybody, welcome to my kitchen. Cook Keto with Melissa. I'm Melissa. To give you a little bit of a background history on me is I am a 2.5-year post-op surgery from gastric bypass. I had the full Rowan Y 2.5 years ago. It was on January 14th of 2020, just before the pandemic hit. Thank God for that. I am down about 175 pounds and I do cook low carb. I do keto, but I'm more lazy keto and dirty keto. I'm not strict keto. So if you are doing either low carb or you're doing keto, tonight's dish will be made for you. So my husband and I are taking our four-legged furry friends, we have 4 dogs, on a little bit of a mini hike tonight, and we're gonna go get some ice cream. So we're in a little bit of a hurry for a quick meal. Not only is this meal quick, it's easy to make and easy on the wallet. As we all know, the economy is a little wonky today, so in today's world. So I'm gonna give you the basics on how to make your keto-friendly chicken nuggets. So if you miss chicken nuggets and you can't eat the breading on it because you're low carb or keto, this is how I make mine. So follow me. So bear with me. I don't have one of those tripods so that you can see what I'm doing, but I'm going to start with a bowl. Now I'm doubling my recipe because it just gives us either a second meal or my husband can have lunch for work the next day. So the very, very first thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 425 degrees. You can use an air fryer. I'm tonight just going to bake mine in the oven. So you want to start with your first ingredient, which is chicken. Now you can use a chicken breast, a couple of chicken breasts, or you can even use rotisserie chicken. They also sell the pre-shredded rotisserie chicken. I'm making it a budget-friendly meal, quick and easy, and once again, easy on the wallet. So I'm gonna start with canned chicken. Now, you can either double your recipe or just make it with 1 can of chicken. Just remember the ingredients that I tell you, just cut it in half if you're just gonna use 1 can of chicken. So you just wanna cut it in half. But I'm doubling mine so that I can make more nuggets and have extra. So any brand chicken you want, I just use Great Value from my local Walmart. If you want Swenson's, if you want Tyson's, that is up to you. I just use a regular canned white chicken. It's the chunk white chicken. The second thing that you want to do, and this is the chicken, the second thing that you want to do is you want to add in some Frank's red hot sauce. So this is a Buffalo Ranch chicken nugget recipe. So if I was just doing 1 can of chicken, it would be 1 tablespoon of red hots. But because I'm doing 2, I'm going to do 2 tablespoons. So remember, throughout this video, I'm going to be doubling my recipe because I'm making more nuggets. So just cut everything that I do in half if you're just going to do 1 can of chicken. So this is going to just create some extra chicken nuggets for either leftovers for tomorrow or my husband's lunch for work. So here goes my 2 tablespoons of my Frank's red hot sauce. I just used the original, just the original. But if you like more kick to it, more power to you. I'm a gastric bypass patient. I have the full Rowan Y, so I do not like that much of a kick. Now, normally 1 can of chicken would take about a half pack of your ranch seasoning. I'm going to use a whole pack in mine. So you can use as little or as much as you want. You can do a half pack per 2 cans. You can do 1 or 2 tablespoons. It just depends upon how you like your seasoning. So I'm just going to give it a quick stir. That was my oven just going off. So I'm just going to give it a quick little stir. Now some of the chicken pieces may appear to be like, too chunky, and you can just break them up as you're stirring your ingredients around. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to get the rest of my ingredients. So I'm just mixing all the ingredients that I have added, which is my 2 tablespoons of Frank's Red Hot Sauce, just the original. Like I said, I'm doubling my recipe, so I use 2 cans of chicken. Just make sure if you use 1, then it's only 1 tablespoon of Frank's Red Hot Sauce. So some of the chicken pieces are pretty chunky, so I just kind of want to get it into a little bit more less chunkiness, more of like a shredded, because you're going to use a cookie scoop and just make your nuggets that way. It's much easier. So my oven is already ready. Now I added a pack of ranch dressing. You can do either 1 tablespoon per can or 2 tablespoons or even a half pack. It just depends upon how much ranch flavor you want or how much spice you want. So really this is all your preference. Just remember, just keep everything keto or low carb, whatever you are doing. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to add in your cheese. So before you add in your cheese, you want to add your egg. Now remember, if you're doing 1 can of chicken, 1 egg. I'm going to do 2 eggs because I'm adding 2 cans of chicken, so I have to double my recipe. So I've added my 2 eggs once again because I doubled my recipe and added 2 cans of chicken. The egg is just your binder. So this is a quick, easy meal, and it's fun for kids. You can even make this with your kids. So the egg is just like a binder, so it just helps bind your chicken nuggets as they cook to hold them together. And now you're going to add in your cheese. So for this recipe, since I doubled it, it's usually a half cup of mozzarella cheese. So I'm going to do 1 cup. Now this is a 2-cup bag. You can add however much cheese you want. You can use your eyes and judge. I'm going to use about a half a bag of cheese, which would give me about a cup. And then I'm just going to mix it in and see how it looks. And if it looks like there's enough cheese, then I won't add any more. And you just, once again, want to stir it in. And as you're stirring it in, you just want to kind of eyeball it on how much or how little cheese you want. So you don't want to overdo it, but then you don't also want to underdo it either. So it looks like there's a decent amount of cheese in there, but I think for me, from my preference, I'm just going to add just a little bit more. And remember, you can add as little or as how much as you want, but it's a half cup per can of chicken. So I'm not going to add that much more cheese in it, just a little bit more, and that should be good. So you want to continue to mix it until it's all mixed together and bind, and then I'll turn my phone around and show you. I really need to get one of those tripods, that way you guys can see how I'm making it and as I'm cooking it. Looks pretty good, and it actually smells pretty good. Okay, so I'm just going to use a medium-sized cookie scoop. You want to make sure your cookies or the cookie sheets are lined with parchment paper. Okay guys, so this is what it looks like. I'm going to use this size cookie scoop. My parchment paper is already on my cookie sheets. My oven is ready at 425. So let's get them lined up. Okay, so I used about a medium cookie scoop. You can use a small. You can make your nuggets as big as you want or as small as you want. So after you do the cookie scoop, what you'll do is you'll just kind of lightly pat it down into the nugget form. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bake it for about 10 minutes. Then you're going to take it out, flip it over, and bake it for another 10 minutes. And then they should come out golden and crispy. So I will put these in the oven, and I will show you what they look like when they come out. Okay, so it is getting ready to go off, and we are pulling them out of the oven and getting ready to flip them over. So here's what they look like so far. We're getting ready to flip them. So they are flipped and going back in for another 10 minutes. So while these are cooking the last 10 minutes, it's 20 minutes total on a 425-degree oven. I just want to add that you can use any cheese you want. You do not have to stick with mozzarella. You can use a mild cheddar. You can use even a taco blend cheese, a Mexican blend cheese, however you want your chicken nuggets. Get creative with it. I just had mozzarella on hand, so you can use either mozzarella, any kind of cheese you want. This is just a baseline, and it's a quick, easy dinner. It's fast, and it's definitely easy on your wallet. And you can use a rotisserie chicken that's either already taken off the bone and pre-shredded and just in a container that you can get at your local Walmart or Giant Eagle, or whatever grocery store you have. And you can also just cook up a leftover chicken breast and cut that and cube it however you want to do it. Usually your nuggets about a quarter. Mine are a little bit on the bigger size because I used a medium cookie scoop. However, you can use a small cookie scoop and make them smaller. So that is entirely up to you. Just get creative and make them however you want. If you make them a little bit bigger like I did, they may slightly have to be cooked a little bit longer. So I won't know until I pull mine out of the oven in 10 minutes. But your standard 1/4 inch nuggets will take about 20 minutes altogether, flipping them at the 10-minute mark on 425-degree oven. So I'm going to let mine cook for another 10 minutes. I'm going to pull them out, see if they're crispy. If not, then I'll do it probably another few minutes on each side. Just because mine are slightly a little bit bigger because I used a medium scoop. So we are taking them out of the oven. And here's what they look like. They are crispy. They look like nuggets, you guys. So I have a dipping sauce that I'll be using for these nuggets, and I will show you what I'm using. So they came out pretty good. They look like chicken nuggets, and they're pretty crispy. So let me show you the dipping sauce. This is the dipping sauce I'm choosing to use. It is low carb, and it's only 1 gram of sugar. So definitely keto friendly. You can use any type of you can use ranch dressing. This is a buffalo ranch sauce. It has a little kick to it. You can use ranch. You can use any dipping sauce of your preference. And then as a side dish, we're going to use we're going to do like vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and dip it in some spinach artichoke dip. And that's our dinner. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did like my video and you do like the chicken nuggets and this recipe, I have more on my YouTube channel. So please follow me at Cook Keto with Melissa on my YouTube channel. And you can see all the other uploads on there for other videos. I have some desserts on there that I uploaded and some other savory dishes that I also added. Please follow me at Cook Keto with Melissa. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen. And again, I hope you enjoyed this video. Enjoy.